Today I'm going to show you how I make my lasagna soup. I like to think that my version is a little more elevated. I start with my bolognese sauce that I make whenever I actually make lasagna, and this just makes this soup so incredible. You pair it with that ricotta cheese mixture and it's just pure heaven. First, the sauce. I'm going to start with a good amount of olive oil, and in that I'm going to saute onion, carrot, and celery. I have my heat on about medium. I'm going to let these cook down for around 5 minutes, adding salt along the way, and then we're going to add in a generous amount of minced garlic. Keep cooking this until those carrots begin to soften. Then I'm going to push everything to the side so I can cook out about 1/4 cup of tomato paste before mixing all of this together. Just give that about a minute or so, and then I'm going to add a few good glugs of red wine. I'm using a Merlot. I like to let this cook for 2 to 3 minutes to let that alcohol cook out before I move on to my next step, which is going to be adding 15 ounces of tomato sauce and 28 ounces of crushed tomatoes. While all this was going on, I was separately cooking up 1 pound of ground sausage and 1/2 pound of ground beef. Sometimes I'll just do all sausage, or I'll do a full pound of ground beef. It just depends. Do whatever you prefer. To season, I'm adding some salt and pepper, garlic and onion powder, crushed red pepper, and then I have some fresh basil I'm going to tear up and throw in there as well. Give everything a good mix, making sure it's well incorporated. I'm going to have my heat at about a medium low, and then I'm going to add about 1/2 cup to 3/4 cup of heavy cream. Now listen, I love the shortcut versions of this recipe, and I know this takes a lot more time than some of you may be willing to spend, but trust me when I tell you it's worth the extra effort. I covered that and let it simmer for at least an hour to an hour and a half. And now I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken broth. I also like to add some spinach into mine, so I have a few handfuls of that I'm going to throw in. Now I want to stir and bring this back up to a boil. The great thing about this recipe is that you can freeze it, but you have to freeze it before you add the noodles. This makes a really big batch for my family, so I've removed half to freeze, and to the other half I put in 5 broken up lasagna noodles. Since those need 12 to 15 minutes to cook, I'm going to start my ricotta mixture. I have 1 cup of ricotta, 1 cup fresh grated Parmesan, and 1 cup mozzarella. I also threw in some freshly chopped parsley, and then I will season this with salt and pepper. Give it a mix until everything comes together. Once your noodles are cooked, taste your soup and adjust any seasonings as needed, and make sure to serve with a generous scoop of that ricotta mixture on top.